Hi guys and welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing fine. Today I want to speak about the purpose of your dark night of the soul, okay? And I believe that in this process, in this spiritual process, there is a huge purpose to your dark night of the soul, and that is really the healing of your essence, okay? So in my dark moments, I felt like I was actually losing myself. I felt like I was losing my life force. But what I'm realizing is the fact that that was actually an opportunity for me to accept everything about myself, okay? So when the dark night happens, it's like we are clearing some thought patterns. We are dissolving our shadow. And we are beginning to also integrate our shadow, okay? So I believe that in the darkest moments that you are experiencing, you have the opportunity to become who you really are. And the dark night of the soul is happening with the purpose of making a deeper connection with our spirit, okay? So when we awaken, it feels good. When we awaken, when we go through that spiritual awakening, it's like we are awakening our DNA structure. But in the darkness, it feels like our energy is being lost. And the thing is the fact that the energy is not being lost, the energy is just being transformed, okay? The energy is being transformed. And it's like when you experience that dark night, you have the opportunity to go within yourself. So I really love this saying that says that the only way out is in, okay? So I'm realizing that the secret is within ourselves. And when we are experiencing the darkness, we have the opportunity to go deeper within our own inner world, in our own emotional body, okay? And the dark night of the soul is happening with the purpose of higher consciousness. It's happening with the purpose of integrating everything about yourself, okay? So if you are experiencing the dark night of the soul, realize that even if the process is not easy, it is actually worth it, okay? So you have to learn to make a deeper connection with your own state of consciousness. You have to learn to make a deeper connection with what is happening within yourself. And usually the crisis is hard. The crisis is not easy. But your soul chooses the emptiness in order for you to clear certain patterns, in order for you to cleanse your karmic experiences, in order for you to become who you're meant to be. And there's the way out of there is a way to the light. There is always a way to the light. There is always a way for you to become who you really are, okay? So the spiritual seeker chooses the dark night of the soul because he wants to evolve, okay? He wants to evolve. He wants to really get to transcend his consciousness into a new state. And the dark night of the soul is one of the most life-changing experience, okay? It's a powerful experience. And the more that we learn to make a deeper connection with our own inner world, is the more that we are actually clearing the dark night of the soul, is the more that we are healing the dark night of the soul. And really the only way out is in, okay? The only way out is in. So the more that you go within yourself, is the more that you find the fact that the secret is actually within yourself, okay? So you don't have to externalize your power. You don't have to throw your power on the outer things, but more likely you have to learn to make a deeper connection with your own self. You have to learn to make a deeper connection with your own inner world, okay? So in the spiritual awakening journey, so many people are experiencing the dark night of the soul. And it may also be a collective thing because we want to evolve, okay? We want to really step from separation into oneness. We want to make the world a better place. And this usually happens with the integration also of the shadow, okay, with the integration of our own wounds, okay? So in the dark night of the soul, you have to learn to love yourself, and you have to learn to do the shadow work. It's not always about the positive feeling. It's also about learning to accept and transform your negative feelings, okay? So realize that it's happening with a purpose, and the universe wouldn't give you this experience if it wouldn't be a gift. So I believe that the dark night of the soul is actually a gift, okay? It is a a gift from the universe, but sometimes it feels like it's really rough. But you have to respect yourself in those moments. You have to respect your intuition. You have to learn to embrace also your own darkness, your own resistance, your own shadows, okay? So realize that the dark night of the soul is an opportunity for you to become the butterfly. It is an opportunity for you to awaken your DNA into a new state. It is an opportunity to really heal your soul, okay? So realize that in your darkest moments, you actually become illuminated. In your darkest moments, you become illuminated. And the process is happening for you to realize who you really are at a soul level, for you to make a deeper connection with your being, with your higher self. And realize that even in darkness, you have a choice, okay? You have a choice. And you need to accept yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to evolve your own soul, okay? So when the dark night happens, we are having the opportunity to actually become the butterfly. Okay, we are having the opportunity to awaken to who we really are in our deepest nature. And that is the universe experiencing itself as a human being. So in the dark night of the soul, you learn to make the connection from separation into oneness, okay? So realize that your ego may hold on to your experiences. Your ego may try to resist your experiences. But your higher self knows that it is happening with a purpose. Your higher self knows that everything that you have experienced so far was actually a choice that you made at a soul level with the purpose of evolution, okay? With the purpose of evolution. So in the darkness, you have to really rest. You have to love yourself. You have to give yourself the time, freedom, and space necessary for you to evolve, for you to heal, for you to transcend, for you to be who you really are, okay? So even if it doesn't seem to be so, the dark night of the soul is actually a gift. It is a gift, and it is the transcendence of the energy into a higher state. It is the way to a more balanced state of consciousness. It is the way to a healthy creative process. It is the way to a healthy state of beingness, okay? And it may last for long or it may last for little, but even if it's really hard, it is actually a gift. This is what I'm realizing in my own journey, that my dark night of the soul will actually pay off. And all the blockage, all the resistance that I felt, all the huge pain was actually happening with the purpose for me to actually clear it, to clear the pain that I had in my own soul, okay? To change my subconscious patterns, to become a new person, okay? So if you are on the spiritual journey, realize that the spiritual journey is really blissful, but it can also be really painful as well. And you need to integrate the both sides, okay? So you need to learn from your positive experiences, but you also need to learn from your negative experiences. Because I believe that the positive and the negative are actually two sides of the same coin, okay? So you need to transcend the duality. And when you accept your feelings unconditionally, it's like you no longer run away from your negative feelings. It's like you learn to accept, embrace, and love even your negative feelings, your resistance, your shadows, okay? So it's all about learning to alchemize your soul in the process. Integrate a new identity, integrate a new personality, integrate a new belief system, integrate more power, more creativity, more abundance, okay? And you have to take responsibility for what you feel, and you have to accept what you feel, okay? So go within yourself and see what happens. And if you are in the dark night of the soul right now, I feel you, I love you, and I understand you completely. But realize that there is always a way to the light, and you will actually get there. You will get into that harmonious state of consciousness. But it may take time. It may take doing the rough work. It may take self-love. It may take you accepting yourself unconditionally, okay? So yeah, guys. In my spiritual awakening, when I went through the dark night of the soul, it felt really bad. And I felt like I was actually losing myself. But I'm realizing that darkness is essential if we want to understand the higher light. Okay, so darkness is essential if we want to understand our souls fully. Okay, so love yourself, accept yourself, and also look at your own belief systems, look at your own emotional patterns, look at what your fear is, and get to actually work with these things, because the dark night of the soul is actually a gift. Okay, so realize that everything that is happening into your life is happening for you, and even the dark night of the soul is actually happening for you. And the more that you learn to alchemize this experience, the more that you learn to embrace this experience, the more that you learn to actually work with this experience, is the more that you will actually gain power at a soul level, is the more that you will actually free yourself from within, you know. So go within yourself and integrate everything into your own life and see what happens. Be the alchemist, be the lover of your own self, be who you're meant to be, and you will see how the dark night of the soul may be the biggest blessing of your own life. So the only way out is in. Go within, look at your own belief systems, look at your own emotional patterns, your own thought patterns, your fears, your skills, your talents, and get to work with these things. Get to use every single tool that you have. The alchemist makes the best out of the worst, okay? And realize that your higher self is always guiding you in this process, okay? Your higher self is always guiding you. And the higher self knows that it is actually happening for you. And the more that you clear the pattern of your own ego, is the more that you make a deeper connection with your own source, with your own spirit, with who you really are deep down into your own heart. And that is actually an infinite being of light and love. That is the spirit of the universe. That is the higher consciousness of life. Okay, so guys, this was today's message, and this is called the higher purpose of your dark night of the soul. It is happening with a higher purpose, and the universe never gives you more than you can handle. So trust what is happening within your own life, and really get to love yourself in the process. Get to go as deep as possible into your own crisis, because that is the opportunity for healing. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and if you wish to work with me on a one-on-one level, I do one-on-one consultations, so feel free to contact me at my email address in the description below. I'm feeling awesome, and I'm realizing that every single negative experience was actually happening with a higher purpose. And the more that I evolve, the more that I accept myself, it's like the more that I have the opportunity to reveal and become who I'm meant to be. I love you so much, guys. Namaste to everybody, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. Bye bye.